This is the Angels Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Angels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello, Halo Nation. Hello, Halo hopefuls, and welcome back to the latest edition, and maybe the most excited edition in a while, of the Locked On Angels Postcast, coming at you live, as always, after every single Angels game, right here on the Locked On Angels YouTube channel, and after the fact, both on the channel and wherever you get the Locked On Angels podcast feed. If you don't know who I am, what's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credential journalist in the LA area with the Daily Bruin, and now in year 2 with the Locked On Podcast Network, where it is your team every day. And our team, the Los Angeles Angels are 4-1. Antonius says, "Are you entertained?" Boy, am I entertained. The Angels, Artie's Angels, not today. They're 4-1. And no, they did not do it in a 1-0 ball game. 9-7 the final. I'm still trying to comprehend what happened in this baseball game. What happened? I'm still trying to figure it out. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. We're going to jump right into it. Obviously, before we do, shout out to everybody in here. Over 110 people in here live. This is the place to be after every single Angels game. Don't listen to what other people are saying. This is the place to be. So shout out to everybody in here. As always, do it right now. Just do it right now. If you like Kyron Paris, if you like the second edition of Nolan Shanuel, if you like Yohan Moncada and company, drop a like right now. Do it right now. First and foremost, shout out to everybody in here. As always, you guys are the best. You're the reason I do this thing. Shout out to our sponsors as well, FanDuel and Supply House. We'll get to them in a little bit. But with all that being said, I mean, as much I wish I could throw on some music and to start dancing. That's what I was just doing before I went live. But let's jump right into this one. And as I always do, we're going to start with the turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
All right, so clearly the turning point had to be when the Angels gave up that run in the bottom of the 8th inning thanks to that error from Nolan Shanuel, right? Surely, that's what – come on.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Obviously, 3 runs in the top of the 10th inning to give the Angels a 6-3 win that they obviously would not lose.
Time to reveal where the game –
obviously – come on, I had to do it. It's a 3 runs in the top of the 11th. Unbelievable game. Angels up 3-2, give up a run in the bottom of the 8th on the Shanuel error to fall to 3-3, to tie the game at 3-3. Top of the 10th, they score 3 runs. They go up 6-3. Bottom of the 10th, they give up 3 runs. It's 6-6. Top of the 11th, 3 more runs to make it 9-6. And they had to at least give up 1 more in the bottom of the 11th and make things interesting. But it's a 9-7 win. Now that I got that joke aside, it was corny. Boy, was it corny. But at least eBay 1 of 1, he appreciated it. He said that was good. Otherwise, I'm sure 99% of the people are going to say, what the heck was that corny piece of trash? But I had to do it. I had to do it because this game was absolutely, positively insane. I mean, Nolan Shanuel made us all lose our mind in the bottom of the 8th inning with that error right here. Dust Eater says it. I thought that error was going to be the turning point. I mean, yeah. I mean, what the heck? Just throws it in the dirt, makes us want to lose our mind. 9th inning. It's going to be a forgotten inning, this 9th inning in this game. And how can you not forget it when there's a combined 10 runs in the 10th and 11th inning, right? So surely you're going to forget about the 9th inning. But don't forget what Kenley Jansen did in the bottom of the 9th inning. To come in after you give up the lead in the 8th with the error, Kenley Jansen gets thrown in the 9th, and you could easily see the Cardinals walking that game off in the bottom of the 9th. Surely, right? Surely. Against Jordan Walker, who already had a home run today. We'll talk about Kyle Hendricks later. But to strike out Walker, to get 2 flyouts for Pages and Scott, 1-2-3 inning by Kenley Jansen, that calmed the team down, right? It calmed the team down. And then, surely, in the top of the 10th, We saw what the Angels did in the top of the 10th yesterday, able to get it done this way with some actual hits. Moncada did walk, got a favorable call, you will say. Travis d'Arnaud wanted to make me lose my mind the same way Shanuel did. Why in the world are you not bunting? I don't know why. First and second, I don't know why you're not bunting with nobody out. He pops out, but thank goodness for Nolan Shanuel turning things around after his error. Top of the 10th inning, 2 on, 1 out, first and second, 2-2 pitch, and he takes a hanging curveball and absolutely crushes it. 101.1, 350 feet. The center fielder takes an angle that forces him to make the catch. He did not make it. He bobbles the ball after it hits the wall. And so both runs score. Shanuel gets to third. It's suddenly 5-3. And then what I love, and at the time, we didn't know we needed this. But what did the team do yesterday? They scored those 2 runs, and then Shanuel had a foolish base running error to rob potentially more runs, but not today. Joe Adell with that runner on third and 1 out, he absolutely crushes a hanging curveball. 106 exit velo to score Shanuel. It's 6-3. And at that point, a little behind the scenes, at that point, I'm making my thumbnail saying 6-3, extra innings, epic win, getting it ready to go, right? And then, the bottom of the 10th happens, and McDaniels comes in. And obviously, the arms, we know we have a bunch of young arms. So when you already use Joyce, when you already use Jansen, there's always going to be a young arm coming in this one. Was it going to be Ryan Johnson? Was it going to be McDaniels? Ron Washington chooses it to be McDaniels. And what does he do? He instantly gives up a walk, right? 4-pitch walk, absolutely all over the place, concerning. He's able to strike out Nootbaar, who was the hero yesterday for the Cardinals, even in the loss. But then the pinch hitter comes. Lucan Baker, I've never heard of that name before. He comes in. There's a wild pitch. It's now second and third. And don't get me started. I don't know why it says wild pitch. Surely that's got to be changed. It was a fastball right down the middle, a little bit low. And Travis d'Arnaud just dropped it. He just dropped it. Both runners advance, second and third with just 1 out. And Baker, he crushes one. 109.5 exit velo. I mean, absolutely crushes a 3-2 sinker inside. Not a terrible pitch, but he crushed it. He was clearly sitting heat. Absolutely rips it. Scores 2 runs. And then what hurts, it's 6-5. You walk Donovan. Johnson comes in for McDaniels, and he's brought in an impossible spot. Runners on the corners, 1 out. You're praying he can force a double play, right, from Arenado. But Johnson, he gives up a ground ball. That's what you wanted him to do. Unfortunately, it finds the hole. Arenado scores, and then it gets really dicey. And so you got to give Ryan Johnson the credit as well. Another guy who you're going to forget about in this performance because you just see on the stats that he gave up a run or whatever. But come on, this guy came in, and despite, he got the ground ball, just wasn't a double play, could have easily lost it. He has to intentionally walk Gorman. The bases are juiced for Jordan Walker, who once again already has a home run in this game. Bases juiced, 1 out, and he gets an out, gets a fly ball, not very deep to right field. Trout able to get it fired into home. They hold the runner, and then he gets the ground ball from Herrera to get out of the inning. So Kenley Jansen, don't forget what he did. Do not forget what Ryan Johnson did there in the bottom of the 10th to only keep it at that 1 additional run. He certainly deserves his credit. And then we get to the top of the 11th. And come on now, I don't even care at this point. I'm biased. You're biased. We're all biased. We're all mad at Ron Washington for it. Who's the player of the game?
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Dang it, I don't care if it was 1 swing. It's still Kyron Paris. 3rd game in a row, and I don't care what anybody says. I don't care that Ron Washington refuses to start this guy at shortstop or second base with Joe Adell coming back and puts him on the bench. What does he do? After Taylor Ward grounds out, after Rengifo bunt pops out, blows it. We get an intentional walk of Mike Trout. It was 3-0, and then they walked him to bring up Kyron Paris. But little did they know, you're walking Trout to bring up the hottest the hottest hitter on the roster. Kyron Paris, 1-2 pitch. And once again, the takeaway, he's getting it done in so many different ways. A couple days ago, the home run, first pitch pass, fastball. Yesterday, had a couple great at-bats. He forced a walk, and he had that triple. Today, a fastball down and away on 1-2. Do you know how hard it is to not take that pitch, thinking it could be, something breaking away, righty against righty? But he swings at it, and he rips it. 97.7, liner in the right field. It scores Tim Anderson. It puts the Angels back up 7-6. And then from there, unleash the floodgates. Paris gets the free stolen base of second. It's now second and third for Moncada. And what does he do? Finally, struggling at the plate, been great in the field, but he gets a sinker outside and he's able to hit a ground ball down the left field line. Trout scores, Paris scores. It's 9-6, and that was enough to get it done. So sure, does Kyron Paris deserve the player of the game? He only has one at bat, but despite one at bat, he's got 2 runs. He's got the hit. He's got the go-ahead RBI in the 11th. I'm giving it to him, man. The resilience of a young guy to be disowned by his manager the way that Ron Washington did today, not starting him, and for him to do what he did today, you got to give him the credit. Obviously, shout out to Moncada. Shout out to Shanuel for the resilience. Shout out to Trout getting a 2 RBI double. Really great to see that. Rengifo, another 2-hit performance. But Kyron Paris, man, until he doesn't win the game for the Angels, he's going to keep being the player of the game. So with all that being said, I'm going to take the break here. When we come back, we got to talk about the rest of this game. We tried to break down innings 8 through 11 as best as possible right there. Tried to give Kyron Paris his flowers, give the bullpen their flowers. But we have to talk about Kyle Hendricks, him making his Angels debut. Pretty solid. We have to talk about the 3-run third inning for the Angels offense as well. And as you can tell, my mind is all over the place because I'm still trying to process this absolutely insane baseball game. So I'm going to take my break here. And when I come back, we'll talk about all that here on the Locked On Angels Postcast. I'll be right back. Now, today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. March Madness is here. It's well underway now, and FanDuel is giving you the chance to get in on the action like never before. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's $200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories and even who's cutting down the nets. You know, with tournament games happening almost every day, there's always something exciting to bet on, but it's also kind of hard to keep track of it all, right? The good thing about the FanDuel app is it's simple to use. You know, whether you want to make a last-second bet before the game starts or make a last-second real-time live bet. The app is easy to use. It's simple. And when I win those bets, I get paid instantly. No waiting around. You will as well. So visit FanDuel.com and get in on the college hoops action all tournament long. And today's show is also brought to you by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades, Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need, delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for the trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. So join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Back here live on the Locked On Angels Postcast. Angels win not 2-1, not 5-4, not 6-4, 9-7 in the 11th inning. Back-to-back extra inning wins. This time they score 3 runs in the top of the 10th, give it all away, but then respond with 3 more in the top of the 11th. 3 3-run innings for the Angels. And we haven't even talked about the first of the 3, which was that 3-run third inning. And that's what we'll talk about right now, because that got the party started for the Angels, falling behind 1-0, but being resilient in this game all game long. After a back-to-back outs as well from Shanuel and Joe Adell grounding out, Tim Anderson finally did something with the bat. He gets a 2-out single. Then Taylor Ward makes it back-to-back 2-out singles, first and third for our boy, Luis Rengifo, who finally, and I say Louis, it's Luis Rengifo, finally gets to hit in the 2-hole. He's going up against the lefty. We know he's better from the right side, at least in my opinion he is, and he rips one. I mean, technically, it was an 84 exit velo, but he gets a 1-0-1 curveball at the knees, and he's able to hit it into the right spot, into left field. Anderson scores. Ward gets to third. And just like that, it's 1-1, but the party was just getting started because then the man himself, Mike Trout, who once again, I saw a comment in here saying that Kyron Paris has more clutch hits in 3 days than Trout has in his whole career. We can build up Kyron Paris. We don't need to bring down our GOAT, Mike Trout. And he was able to get it done with this swing. First pitch cutter inside, rips it ground ball down the left field line. Ward scores. Rengifo scores. And just like that, it's 3-1 Angels. Just like that, Mike Trout is able to get 2 RBIs in one swing when he hasn't really been doing anything so far to start this ball game. So that 3-run third inning was huge, especially after you fell behind 1-0. You have to give Kyle Hendricks his credit here. He had a solid debut. Once again, if I'm going to be okay with getting 5 innings, 3 earned runs from Tyler Anderson, and I'm going to be okay with that from the 4th pitcher in your rotation, I'm certainly going to be okay with Hendricks giving us 6 innings pitched, just 2 earned runs. Yes. Did he give up 7 hits? Yes. Did he give up a home run? Yes. But no walks, and he's able to get out of jams, only gives up 2 earned runs despite the home run. Absolutely have to give him the credit. And for the 5th pitcher to be doing that against a Cardinals lineup that's not terrible. Same thing with Anderson yesterday. Very happy with the rotation. And even with the bullpen having its struggles today, the resilience you see from Johnson, impressive, right? Ben Joyce, Kenley Jansen, they did their job. It was just the error from Shanuel. So other than McDaniel struggling, and Zephyr John was okay as well, right? It was really just McDaniel struggling. Other than that, the bullpen deserves a lot of credit as well. I mean, look at it. I didn't even bring up Ian Anderson. He makes his Angels debut. Very impressive. 2 strikeouts in his 3 at-bats. 1, 2, 3. Joyce gives up the hit, gives up the run. The run was on an error, not his fault. And then Jansen was perfect. McDaniel struggled. Johnson looked impressive. And Zephyr John gets the job done. So have to give credit to the Angels bullpen. Have to give credit to Kyle Hendricks. And of course, you have to give a lot of credit to this lineup. I mean, just about everybody in the lineup, other than Soler, he had a rough one, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. But every other hitter had at least 1 hit. Ward goes 1 for 5. Rengifo 2 for 5. Trout 1 for 4, but with the 2 RBI double. Kyron Paris comes in and he goes 1 for 1 with 2 runs and the RBI. Moncada, the 2 RBI hit for him. Darno, who had a rough one, 1 for 5 with that bad pass ball. Even he at least got a hit. Shanuel 1 for 4 with the 2 RBI to make up for the error. And Joe Adell, he goes 1 for 4 with the RBI as well. Tim Anderson, he even scored 2 runs in this baseball game. Tim Anderson. So much credit has to be given to the Angels lineup, to the Angels bullpen, to the Angels starter today. It's a team win. And you can't really typically say that when you give up 7 runs. But again, there's context in those runs and how they were given up. Outside of one guy, everyone did very, very solid in this game. So 9-7 the final, absolutely insane. And lastly, we'll talk about the last thing here. And once again, I'm all over the place for this show, I'll be honest. But just trying to make sense of what this win means for this team. The best way I could say is this confirms, right, that the Angels can win every type of game in 2025. And we already know that just 5 games in. The Angels are able to win a game where they only have 4 hits. They're still able to manufacture 3 runs. They're able to win a game where they give up 7 runs, including, just saying that alone is impressive. You win a game where you give up 7 runs, right? Then you win a game where you go up 3 in the top of the 10th and then blow the lead in the bottom of the 10th. That's a separate thing. You win a game where you score 3 runs in the 11th inning. That alone, right, is a separate thing that we rarely see the Angels do last season. But to do all of that in one game, to have a game where you start down 1-0, go up 3-1, blow it, it's 3-3, go up it's 6-3, blow it again, it's 6-6, go up, it's 9-6. This is all one game. That alone proves you can win a bunch of different ways. Not to mention the 3-hit game or the 4-hit game where you're able to manufacture 3 runs. Not to mention the Kyron Paris clutch home run in a game where you did nothing, right? So to be able to win this many ways, you've already overcome a rain delay. You've already overcome multiple extra inning games. The Angels were not good in extra innings last year. So very impressive, right? And so, yes, Nathan, we're 5 games in, like he says. Let's see how it looks after 30 games, right? But to say enjoy it while it lasts, come on. I mean, they're 4-1 through 5 games. All you can do is judge the games we've seen. And it's not just against the White Sox. You're doing it against a team that was 3-0 when you started to play them. Are the Angels suddenly the favorites to win the AL West? No, I'm not saying that yet. But are the Angels now looking like a team that at the very least is going to compete in every single game? Whether they're down a couple, whether they blow a lead, they're going to compete in every single game. They won this game despite giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the 10th inning. That's crazy. That's crazy. So they're already doing things that we did not see through all of last season, right? So they deserve a lot of credit. The bullpen is absolutely fried after this this stretch here, right? I mean, Jansen now pitching in back-to-back games, Joyce pitching all the time. Johnson's arm's already probably done. Good thing he skipped the minors because he's already pitched enough to make up for that. Zephyr John pitching every game, right? So Detmers didn't pitch today. We'll certainly see him tomorrow. We're going to learn a lot about this bullpen and its resilience and its flexibility. We're going to learn a lot about Ron Washington and how he manages the bullpen the next couple of days with how much it's been used. And we're also going to learn a lot about Ron Washington in terms of what he does with Kyron Paris. Play Paris, period. Whether it's center field, whether it's shortstop, whether it's second base, he has to play. He has to. He's passed every test. He's gotten a clutch hit every time you've asked him to. Not sometimes. Every time you've asked him to have a clutch hit. And then even times when you didn't expect him, with the bases empty, he gave you an RBI with a home run. He's done everything he can. And he gives you a good glove in center field. He gives you great speed in center field and on the bases. And if you don't want to play him at center field because you want to give Joe Adell the chance every single game, then you have to play Kyron Paris at short. You have to. Or play him at second and play Rengifo at short. You have to. You have to. Because the argument for Joe Adell playing is that he's young and a part of the future. Then what in the world does that make Kyron Paris? He's young and he's a part of the future. And right now he's playing better than anybody on the Angels roster. 444, a 1.545 OPS. Another great game. So we've got guys saying I'm in love with Kyron Paris. We got guys earlier that were saying Kyron Paris MVP. MVKP, Paris W. Kyron needs to start. Certainly Paris and MVP talks. Paris is an all-star. We know where the Angels fans stand. We just need Ron Washington to agree. Throw him out there, and if you throw him out there and he starts 2 games in a row and he goes 0 for 7, then maybe you think about other things. I still wouldn't want that to be the case. He's already done enough through these 5 games to earn the right to be the everyday starter until something crazy happens, like going 0 for 12, right? He's earned it. Play him. Period. And Antonio says he trusts Ron to handle it correctly. That's bold. No offense to Ron, but few decisions he's already fumbled this season, if you ask me. Hopefully he changes it with Kyron Paris and starts him in the next game. But with all that being said, Angels 9, Cardinals 7. The Angels win in 11, a crazy game. They're 4-1, and I'll be back with you tomorrow. Vinny making sure I don't forget it. He says, Gavin, remember that I told you for the postcast tomorrow, Trout is hitting home run number 1. I certainly would not be opposed to it. So I'll join you for the postcast tomorrow. I will be honest right now, quick warning, TBD on the timing, because the early start tomorrow means that the game is going to end around 1 p.m. Obviously, I made it work on the regular season opener, and I was able to take my lunch break with the Clippers. Another thing, I don't know why there's people making fun of me for doing the show during my job. Sorry, I care about my fans more than other people I won't mention by name. Sorry, just people talking a little too much for my liking. But tomorrow's show will be after the game at some point. No promises it'll be 5 minutes after the game, 10 minutes after the game. It might be 20 minutes. We'll see, because it depends on when the game ends, right? Obviously, first pitch, I believe, is at 10 a.m., something like that, right? So first pitch at 10:15. I mean, that means the game could end at 12:30. It means the game could end at this rate at 1:30. These games keep going on forever lately. So if the game ends at 12:30-ish, maybe expect me on around 12:50. I have to work, around my work schedule and be able to take a lunch break at a unique time to make it work. But we're going to make it work. We're going to be on regardless at some point. So you can expect me back here live tomorrow, some point after the game, to do it all again. We went really long today, 24 minutes. It's supposed to be 18. But, appreciate you guys. Want to give you as much content as possible. Got to show love when you guys are showing love. So thank you, Antonius. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Mihoko, I hope it is. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Jared. Again. Thanks, Vinny, again. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Mar Vizzle. Goat Gavin. Luis saying thank you. Michael says, quit your job. We need the post-game show. I love it. TFL saying he can wait till 4 or 5 p.m. if he needed to. Man, I appreciate you guys so much. To show that appreciation a little bit more, leave a like, leave a comment after the fact. Again, when you leave the comment after the stream ends, then I'm really able to go see it all. So really appreciate that. Juan says, quit your Clipper job. Yodi says, W, Gavin. I loved it when you guys did that yesterday. Drop a W, Gavin, in the chat. That was pretty lit. But with all being said, drop a light that baby up. That's what we need to drop. Angels are 4-1. Let's go celebrate, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.